2021 has probably not started the way that we'd planned for right at the very beginning.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm filming.
You're supposed to do it in the bathroom, aren't you?
I am in the bathroom, I'm in the shower. Showers of blessing.
No, but like the bath.
Oh man, I am, aren't I? Like I was saying before, 2021 has definitely not started in the way that we probably planned at the end of 2020. A bit like this video. So now I find myself in the bath talking about what do we do when we start things and the start isn't what we thought at the beginning. I want to tell you a story about Paul. There was a time when people got so fed up of him talking about Jesus that he actually got thrown in prison. He waited there for 2 years in order to await a trial in Rome, a fair trial in Rome. Whilst he was there, he still told people about Jesus. Eventually, Paul was taken on a ship as a prisoner from Caesarea, eventually to start his journey over to Rome. He made a friend whilst he was there, a Roman centurion called Julius, who would actually later on save his life. So that brings me to a question for you. I wonder who you journey with. Who are you starting this journey with? Who are you travelling with at the moment? Are they the right people? Are they ones that encourage you along the way? Are they ones that will save you later on down the road? Who are you travelling with? Eventually, Paul and the prisoners get to a place called Myra and they transfer to a bigger, larger ship that will eventually bring them to Rome. And Paul tells them, hang on a minute, this does not feel right. There is something wrong about this journey. This timing is all off. But actually Julius decides not to listen to him and to listen to the pilot instead. And you know, that's very often like our lives. Sometimes we will hear warnings, we will give advice that will fall on deaf ears. But actually, what do we choose to do in that moment? Do we choose to sulk in the corner? Do we choose to continue to listen to God? Do we choose to continue on the journey that we've already begun? Paul did not sulk. Paul continued to listen to God. And as they left Fair Havens, they suddenly came across a terrible, awful storm. The winds were so furious and the waves were so huge, they literally all thought that they were going to die. One night, an angel of God came to visit Paul to let him know that it was okay. They were all going to survive. 2 weeks later, the boat moored up and actually ran aground in Malta. And they stayed there for a further 3 months. Paul had to wait for almost 5 years to have his trial in Rome. But he didn't just wait idly. He didn't just twiddle his thumb and search his social media and send out a few emails every now and again. No, Paul was very active during his wait. He actually did 3 things during that time. Number 1, he forged relationships with people. Paul spent time with people, all of the time. Number 2, he grew closer to God. He didn't let other people's questions affect his journey. He leaned in, he pressed into God, he listened to his word, he asked questions, and he trusted that God would get him to his final destination. And number 3, he brought people closer to God. I wonder how often we do this, how often we tell our God story to other people, how often we tell the good news to other people in a way that they can relate. There's a great verse in the middle of Acts 27 where Paul says, "But now I urge you to keep up your courage." And that's what I'm hopefully encouraging you to do. Keep up your courage, keep on, keeping on. Even if the start of the journey isn't what we'd hoped for, isn't what we'd planned, God has you in the palm of his hands He already knows what your final destiny looks like. He already knows what your journey will be. Lean into God and listen to his word.